Well, hey everybody, it's your good buddy 650E here, and as you can see, the weather is finally improving here in filthy Cleveland. Welcome to another episode of the New Bike Build Series. This is the series where we take a 2018 BMW S1000RR that I purchased from my good friends at Sales BMW there, and with the help of our amazing channel sponsors and Zack, the master mechanic, we are installing those parts onto the machine. At the end of the build series, we make this bike available for everyone viewing the video. Information on how you might win this motorcycle is in the description, but for today, Zack is going to install a chain and sprocket and attach the rear carbon fiber wheel onto the motorcycle, and we might even do some more stuff. So without further ado, I'm going to scale the fences here at Sills BMW because they're closed on Tuesdays. And we're going to see what Zack is up to.
How's it going, everybody?
Hey!
Welcome back. We're going to get back to work today on this awesome 2018 S1000RR.
Yep.
I think what we're going to do today is install the chain, the front sprocket, and we might as well put the fancy red chain adjusters we got on there, made by 4 Racing.
Ah, yes.
These are awesome pieces of artwork. It also makes it easier to change your rear wheel because you don't have to deal with the wheel spacers. They'll stay put. And it has more exact markings to set your chain. You want to keep your rear axle straight, so yeah, it helps with that. So we're going to go ahead and put those on. I believe we teased last time about the wheel. We do have it mocked up onto the bike, so I can roll it around. We're gonna have to pop that back off though to put the chain adjusters on. We just got to drop it down.
Okay.
But yeah, it looks really good. I think
it does.
It rolls around really nice. We had to put a block by it so it wouldn't just roll away. No. It's,
yeah.
Yeah, it looks good.
And maybe next week you're going to start putting some break-in miles on it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Once we get this chain back on, we can start riding it again.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be good, and then we'll be ready for the first service and install some parts right after the first service, and then we get to start working on tuning it a bit. Exhaust intake. I think we're doing a rapid bike on this, correct?
Yes.
DIM Sport rapid bike system. I've never used it before, so we'll learn how that it gets installed and learn what the software looks like.
Sweet.
And that should be pretty cool. But let's get to work.
All right. Nice t-shirt, by the way.
Yeah, you like that? Donnie was a nice guy. Stopped by yesterday, dropped this off for me. Figured I'd say thanks to him and wear it.
Yeah,
see how long I can keep it clean. I don't know. Put
yeah,
the chain
the
on.
white shirt
Yeah.
in the mechanic's place, yeah.
Yeah, at this place in general, and then playing with the chain. He's gonna be tricky.
Yeah, both his bikes on there, his H2 and his S1000.
Yep.
Donnie, I love it.
Let's see what kind of. I don't even know what chain we got.
Oh, yeah. Manny sent us some goodies.
Yeah, thanks, Manny.
Yep.
Oh, we got.
Oh, black and gold.
Together.
Nice.
Perfect.
That's going to go with the BST very nicely.
Yes, and our hardware. And since this bike has a black swing arm, all the other bikes we did had the polished or shiny swing arm.
Yeah.
So it should look good with this combination. So now we're back over at the bike. First thing we have to do is remove the shift rod. Another feature on the S1000 that other bikes have it, but isn't super common, is if we take the shift rod off down here, I can move it to this other position, already threaded, tapped, and then it switches to a GP style or track style shifting.
Oh, nice.
Where first gear's up and all your other gears are down.
Yeah.
Which I heard is usually the reason for that is while you're leaned over on a left-hand turn, if you want to shift, you can't get your foot out and around it, hit under the shifter, that way you just tap down.
That makes sense.
But super easy to do. You don't have to change any of the electronics or anything. It's literally take this bolt out, put it in.
That's freaking sweet, man. I never knew it was that easy.
This is the sensor for our shift assist, the auto blip, and the shift assist on the way up. It can tell whether it's being pushed, pulled, and sends that signal to the ECU. So we just have to loosen this so we can get it out of the way so we can get our plastic cover off, which covers the sprocket completely. The Rizoma. It's going to show our nice shiny Vortex sprocket.
Yes.
The front sprockets are steel. The back sprocket that we put on is aluminum. Lighter weight.
Those beautiful gold bolts. Pro-tie, huh?
Yep, Pro-tie.
And we decided to stick with stock gearing, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you and maybe one other customer, I think we've messed around with gearing a little bit. No one was ever happy with any of the changes. We tried going tall or shorter, and it always was too much of a give or take in one area. So unless you have a specific racetrack that you want to set up for, it doesn't seem to be necessary.
Yeah.
In the street or street race.
Makes sense.
So then you just pop out the 4 screws. Your side stand switch wire routes through here. It's a little maze, you just kind of guide it out. And then we can get that plastic cover out of the way. And then the important part, this is what actually protects your engine case for in case of a chain breakage.
Yeah.
Oh, this is pretty nice. It has a black colored sprocket on the front. That's different.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen that before. And it actually has the holes in it. It actually, if we weren't changing to a 520, there'd be no reason to change that sprocket.
Wow.
That's pretty nice looking. So this piece is going to go back on.
Yeah.
It's called a case saver. So that's important that you put that piece back on. Without it, if your chain breaks, it could go right in your engine case. So that's expensive. All right, even stayed in place.
Yeah.
You got us torquing it to 9 to 11 newton meters, so we'll just go with 10. All right. Next, we're gonna put our chain on, and then we'll put the master link together. We don't have to press it. It's just easier to guide the chain through while that cover's off.
Okay.
Perfect. Chains come pre-cut most of the time. You always want to take a look. It'll tell you how many links on the box. It should say on the outside of the box. Yeah, this is a 120 link chain.
Oh, yeah.
And that's exactly how many you need on an S1000. The stock one's listed as 119 in the parts fish, which is really weird because you can't have an odd number chain.
Right.
I don't know where they came up with that number, so 120 is 118 to 120 will work. You can see we have a lot of room to move the axle. There's a gap. You could bring the wheelbase in shorter. If you bring this in shorter, anytime you make a wheelbase shorter, the bike will handle quicker and maybe easier, but it's more prone to do a wheelie.
Right.
So if you have a longer wheelbase, that's why people extend their swing arms.
Makes sense.
It doesn't have as much leverage on it. So now that that's routed, we can go ahead and finish our Rizoma cover install. So we loosely put some zip ties on our side stand switch and routed it. Then we're just going to install our bolts, and then we'll make sure that the side stand switch is good and then snug these up and cut them out of the way. Final step then is to get our shift rod connected back to the motorcycle. Little blue Loctite. This one's a little tricky to torque because it likes to move on you. It's the same 10 newton meters. Alright, so to make it easier to get our master link on, we're going to loosen the rear axle and take the chain block out, and that should give us enough movement on the rear wheel. What you get in your master link is the link itself, the outer plate which we have to press on, and 4 O-rings, which is going to keep the grease inside our chain links, which we have to install. So what we do is just slather the grease on our master link pins. Put an O-ring on this side, an O-ring on this pin, and then we're good to slide it in. It'll just kind of hang there nicely.
Okay, yeah.
And then we'll install a couple O-rings on it, because that's what's going to seal our grease in that we just put on. These don't always like to stay. If you get a little grease on them, sometimes it helps them just stay put. Then I like to use this Motion Pro tool. It's called the PBR tool because it press, breaks, and rivets chains.
Yeah.
It's just convenient because it does all 3 in 1, and it's been very durable. I've had it for a bunch of years now, and I don't even think I've broken the pin.
Nice.
I'm going to back that out. All it is a plate, and on the plate it has a B, a P, and an R. So we are going to press, so we line the P up with press, which actually puts you on this side, and we're going to press that plate onto the master link. First thing I like to do is just take and measure a couple of these links to see how far they had them pressed on. I got 18.28, 18.28, 18.1. So we're looking for 18.1 to 18.2 that when we press this together, because you don't want to press it too far. You don't want it to bind, and you definitely want it pressed on enough so that you have pins to rivet. So now you kind of hold everything in place. There's a cutout in that press block for the 2 pins to push through. Just take a ratchet. Just need a little adjustment. It's started now. Adjust it so that your pins are in the clear of the plate. It takes a fair amount of force to press it together, but if you think you're putting a lot of force, it's probably catching on the pin and you need to readjust your press plate. You can always go farther, you can't bring it back, so we're going to stop, take a quick measurement.
You're looking for 18.2 or 1?
12 it was 18.1 or 2. Yeah, so I'm at 18.5. So I got to go just a little bit farther, make sure everything still moves.
Wow.
Still moves, just like all the other links. So now, the important part, we have these rivets sticking out. They're hollow. So what we're going to do is put a bunch of pressure right in the center there, and it's going to spread this out.
Okay.
So we want to take another couple quick measurements, just so you know. So we're at 5.2. 5.2. We want to spread these out to 5.4, 5.5. That way we know that this link can't come off, this plate can't come off. You can't really overexpand these too much. If you do, it cracks. So again, you want to make sure we still have flex, which we do. And then let's see how far out we expanded. So we went right to 5.5, 5.44. So I'm going to repress that one just a little bit more. We'll put just a little bit on that guy. Got about 5.49, so that one didn't move much. That one's right at 5.5, so we're good. That's right where we want to be. Everything flexes. We'll clean this up real well. Let's take a good close look at the rivets. You can see there's no cracks or anything. That's what. If you saw a little crack, it would just be in the side here. Yeah. We look like we're good to go. This chain is set for its life.
Nice.
BMW runs a lot of chain slack on this S1000. 45 to 50 millimeters. So when I pull down, I'm down at the 8 here. So I should move up to about the 3 if I'm at 50. So I should tighten this up just a little bit.
Okay.
And to do that, we'll do chain adjusters. But we're going to go ahead and install some aftermarket chain adjusters. So
in our next video.
Yeah, in our next video. So we're going to leave it at this for now.
Yeah.
No sense in tightening it all up.
Yep.
But yeah, thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys learned something. And
yeah, man.
We added some more tasteful pieces to our S1000. Oh yeah, that looks good.
Yeah, doesn't it?
I like it.
It's cool. Beautiful.
All right.
All right. Well, thanks again, Zach.
Hey, thanks for watching, everyone, and we'll catch you next time where we get the 4 racing chain adjusters on.
All right. That's going to wrap it up for this episode of the New Bike Build series. Zach installed the Rizoma front sprocket cover and the chain onto the motorcycle. Next video, we're going to install the 4 racing chain adjusters. So go ahead and hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe to the channel by clicking subscribe. New videos are always uploaded to the channel. Stay tuned for more, and as always, thanks for viewing. And don't forget to support the New Bike Build series by clicking the link in the description. We'll catch you next time.